Meeting called to order. Rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, thanks everybody for coming, David. And quite a crowd, Item 3, now Millie, there you are. All right, item 3, public hearing, final performance report on fiscal year 13, CDBG 15903 road project for district number 2, Green Oaks Estate area.
Appreciate the chance to meet with you all this morning. And keeping the community in compliance with the grant rules and regulations, we're required to hold 2 public hearings, one during application phase and one during closeout, to tell people how we spent the money. We did spend it just as we intended when we went into this thing. It was funded under fiscal year 13, and we did do asphalt overlay of existing roads in the Green Oaks Estate area of the county. The project served that entire neighborhood, 883 persons, and most of the families served in that area did meet the 51% low lot income requirement. A total of $98,680 CDBG funds were spent on the project. Matching funds were provided by the county, both in some in-kind work and in matching funds, cash matching funds. So at this point, the project is finished. It's ready for closeout. We've received the final inspection, and at that point I would pause and see if the public has any questions, or see if you all have any questions.
I do have one. So did Logan County put in matching funds?
The matching funds came from
District 2.
So you said
Yeah.
you did.
District 2 matching funds.
So how much you put in?
Charlie, how much did I put in there?
122 something. Yeah.
Grand total, now that's with labor too.
Yes.
So how much in actual coin did we?
In coins, I'm going to I can tell you just to.
Because I don't
Telling you
remember.
right.
I don't remember, but it wasn't
That's okay.
30-something thousand ways I remember.
This is on a sewer project.
This is on paving Green Oaks Way and Cedar Lane.
So the sewer, all that's done.
Yeah, that's all history. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But we did piggyback on the environmental there on what the income was.
Cash matching funds, we went into this at $74,750. Ended up putting in about $99,735.
All right.
And in labor and equipment, almost $31,000.
Okay. I had my numbers mixed up.
So it's all complete.
All complete.
The public hearing is informational. It does not require action. However, I think we've got an agenda item on there next that we will want you to accept it and authorize the chairman to sign the closeout.
It's a couple items down.
All right.
No, yeah. Do we want to go ahead and go down to?
You can't take action during the public hearing.
Right.
Right. If there are no questions, other questions, we'll conclude the public hearing and then you can move on.
So hearing none, declare this public hearing closed. Do we need a motion on that? I guess we do, don't we? Well, we didn't
No.
for opening it,
No.
so no action required. All right, so this hearing then is officially closed. We can go to items 6.
If you want to move to 6 now.
Yeah, could we move to item 6? We'll come back on the minutes. Item 6, consider take action on final acceptance of CDBG number 15903 road project for District 2 and authorizing the chairman to sign closeout documents.
The closeout documents are prepared. Part of the closeout document is to send in proof of the public hearing that it was held. There's also things like a certification that Davis-Bacon wages were paid correctly on the project, and they were. I checked those payrolls myself. A Section 3 summary, and then of course the final expenditure. All of this is uploaded and submitted online. The signature page is for the certification that the Davis-Bacon wages were paid correctly.
Everything's good to go.
It's good.
I'll make the motion, we close out the CDBG.
I guess I'll second that. All
Marvin.
those, oh, Marvin did, I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And we'll move back to item 5.
How about 4?
4, any citizen desiring to be heard. Any citizen? No citizen being heard. Item 5, consideration possible action on approving minutes of August 14, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 7, consideration possible action on approving Mecklenburg Brawley invoice for engineering Beaver Creek Bridge, SDP 45 in the hole and JP 04 in the hole, and encumber and pay from CBRI account 6150-2290.
Yeah, this is my project up in Mulhall. I think this is the last payment on the engineering.
I think so.
And we had it on the CBRI commitment list.
Mm-hmm.
And it is for the price of what?
$1,900.
$1,900.
Here's a.
I'll make the motion.
I'll motion to approve, so you don't have to make your own.
I'll second.
All in favor?
That was Dave Newman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mine, yeah, on the invoice.
Yeah.
You got 2 places here.
Now if I can just get the 80% of the BR funds and CDB, or out of the CED, we'll be good on that project.
Cool.
Yes.
Item 8, consideration possible action on approving the following Mecklenburg Brawley invoices for bridge inspections.
I'm against these.
Yeah.
Too.
I
I
haven't
haven't seen them.
I
You
would,
know,
I
we
would
don't need
approve
them.
to wait to approve mine until after I get our bridge inspection report. I want to see what I'm paying for before I pay for it.
Do you want it table?
Yes,
Did y'all bring them?
We did. Yes.
right. And I'll schedule a meeting with you guys this week to go over them with my crew at my shop.
Good.
Okay.
I'd like to do it right after the meeting if we have time.
Sure.
Me as well.
Sure.
You want to pass them out there?
Yeah.
Just- Just, District 2.
So the invoices will be tabled till 9/8.
tabled. Item 9, consideration and possible action on approving a programming resolution for circle number 191, bridge and approaches over East Beaver Creek, 0.7 miles north of Mulhall.
This is on that same deal when we done our interviewing for the engineers. The way I understood, the wrong letter was sent out, so we had to do it again to do the environmental. So that's what this is about. We had to re-interview for the environmental for some reason.
Yeah, they changed the
If y'all know
rules
anything, you're
again.
more welcome to speak up on this deal, but
Before we, what have you got? What, this is what I got.
well, this.
Okay, wait a minute, Monty, I think we're mixed up. This is to program 191,
Oh,
which
okay,
is the one you were
okay.
adding
All right.
to the 5-year.
I'm
Okay.
jumping the gun. Here's
Yeah,
the-
okay.
Right. This is adding that to the 5-year plan.
All right.
Starting on the 9-1.
If it was easy, anybody could do it.
So you're needing a project numbers.
You
Okay.
got a program.
Our program.
I jumped the gun, sorry about that.
On approving program resolution, where's the resolution? Oh, right there, right here.
Dominic, motion on
I'll second.
that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Either bridges. Item 10, considering possible action on receiving bi-monthly report of David Ball, Emergency Management Director.
Just kind of highlights for the.
Yeah.
For your reference.
Those guys should have called you first about that. Should have been about getting in that building early
Oh.
and everything. You're the emergency manager, right?
Yeah, we got it all worked out.
I know you did.
We got it all
Looks
worked
like
out.
it came off without a
Yeah.
hitch.
It went well, as far as I know, everything went well.
Yeah.
So weather cooperated, it wasn't too hot for the guys in the hot suits.
Yeah, I saw those good pictures that Chris took there.
Chris got some awesome video and
He did.
turned out well, yes. Guthrie News Leader was there.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to approve the bi-monthly report.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item 10. No, I did that one. Didn't mark it off though. Item 11, consideration and possible action on certifying bridge load postings for District Number 3.
Did you bring that?
I think, didn't Teresa bring it to you?
Not that I've seen. Wonder if she put it in the wrong basket.
I wonder if Cynthia has it.
Do you have a copy of Monty's free load?
We're gonna put a sign that says nobody drive across the bridge if you're loaded or what?
Well, their last bridge inspections, I had to post some bridges.
I see.
I always
bet.
put it back on the agenda, so,
You want to table it?
yeah,
Monty?
let's table it.
I'll bet she put it in the wrong basket.
Item 12, consideration possible action on approving a lease purchase agreement between Logan County Public Works Authority and District Number 3-4 Caterpillar hydraulic excavator.
This is the one with the trust
Yes.
for District 3. So it needs to come here and then it'll need to go to the trust to be signed by them. As required by law, I found an amortization schedule. It has to be attached. That's part of the law. And according to the schedule I have, your payment is just a tad different than what you all had listed. So these are standard state lease purchase forms.
I also move to approve.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
So I'm glad to get that
Carries.
worked out. 'Cause I got a truck, like, my road supervisor needs a new truck. Not a new truck, but he needs a truck. And we, run it through the same process of I'll get with you on what we've got as far as estimates and things.
I'm sorry.
Is it on state contract?
Yes, yes. That's where we started, was from a state contract. I'm not sure with all the changes my road foreman's made that have maintained that path. You're snickering, because it's your fault. You showed
No,
in your
that's
truck.
exactly.
You
That's
showed
what
in your
I'm
truck, and life has been poor to me ever since.
Just take that one.
Hey, that's a thought. All in favor?
But you know, it's sad because you find a used one, you can get on state contract a new one.
Oh,
for
that's
what you pay.
that's the whole thing I've been noticing. I haven't looked at new trucks in probably 10 years, and first of all, the cost is just amazing anymore.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the price of used vehicles compared to what we can get on county and state contracts is just amazing. You can buy a new one a lot cheaper than you can get a used one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing on that?
Yes, I guess we are. Item 13, consideration possible action approving resolution recommending CEC Infrastructure Solutions to ODOT for environmental services on JP 05 and bridge circle number 063 in Crescent, or outside Crescent.
This is what I was trying to explain earlier. I don't know that we mailed out the wrong letters, that our assistant mailed out the wrong letters the way I was explained, and we have to re-interview on the deal, and we selected, the review committee selected Cobb Engineering, which is now, what's the name of it?
CEC.
TC.
So that's what this is.
Sure. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is also on the fire.
They're a good firm. I'll agree with that. Item 14, consideration possible action on approving resolution accepting Crane Drive in District 2. This is actually going to help out my greater hand. He'll be able to turn around a lot better. Well, he didn't need any more roads, but yeah, it will really facilitate him being able to grade a half mile of Simpson, which dead ends right there. So, in any case, I make the motion to accept Crane Road.
If you want it, I'll second it. Just when we redistrict, don't put it in my district.
No, it won't be yours.
Okay, I'm making a note of that.
Yeah, it's way over there off Henny.
Call vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 15, consideration possible action on approving resolution for deposit refund from Bank of America into Sheriff's travel account, 0400-1310.
Just as a brief explanation, the sheriff had booked to fly back east to a training or school and was unable to. He had the insurance for the cost, so they wrote him a check to refund. When we make an adjustment to a general fund budget account, we have to bring it as a resolution because it's going back to general. It has to go back to the account that paid for it. In this case, it was the general travel, so we have to do it this way to put it back into that account.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 16, consideration and possible action on approving service contract with Schneider Electric for fiscal year 15-16 for Sheriff's Office.
I was hoping somebody would be here. This is a basic, I think, building-wide type surge electrical protection plan for the sheriff's office.
This is service contract. $5,000 total.
quick comment back on the invoice for Beaver Creek. He said it was the last invoice. It's actually not the last invoice. The final invoice will be once the project is project awarded, actually. So whenever that takes place, it'll be the final 5% for that project.
So it gets you coming and going.
It's the way that original contract was set up.
I'll have to look on the CBRI commitment to see what we put on there.
I don't remember total. I think we adjusted it once.
It's all been strung on since 1999.
We didn't have CBRI then.
Did Jim sign off on this?
Looks like it's maintenance for uninterruptible power supplies, UPS systems for your electronics. How much is it?
$5,000.
Really?
What you want.
In the wrong business.
I'll make the motion.
Say the sheriff signed off on it.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 17, consideration possible action approving service agreement with BFAC.com for creation and operation of a mobile app for the sheriff's office. Mobile app. Wow. There's Craig. There's another, almost 2,600. Not sure where we sign on that.
I put the stamp.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Everybody needs a mobile app.
Buddy,
If you're mobile, you do, I guess.
how could we live without?
I really have no problems.
Scanner app really helped me during those fires to warn people that we're ahead of them. Anyway, I guess I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor? You ready yet, Marvin?
Yeah.
Approve. Aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item 18, consideration and possible action on approving detention transportation claim for July 15 in the amount of $918.44. Doesn't get to sign that there. There it is.
Transportation claims.
$918.
I'll move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 19, consideration possible action on acknowledging receipt of notice of tort claims of Kyle M. Wood and to forward to Echo County Claims.
Did y'all happen to read this tort claim? By chance?
I did not. That tort? Is that the trash one?
The tort claim here.
No, I did not. I haven't seen it yet. Is it something I did?
No, sheriff.
Well, then I do need to read it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So one of the issues that, for property and liability insurance issues we're having it's with ACO raising the rates because of sheriff,
Mm-hmm.
things going on in the sheriff's department.
This is actually
The dog.
Yep.
scratched up some vehicle.
4 doors, 2,600.
This is the only one we had on that type of deal.
So,
I've heard.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of setting up these stop everybody roadblocks anyway. It's kind of, I think how this stuff gets started. So, what this cost?
It's 2,600. I'll make the motion that we acknowledge and receive it on to our insurance.
I will second that motion.
All in favor? Motion carries. Item 20, considerations possible action on encumbering to Dub Ross for purchase of culverts from CBRI account for bridge on County Road 76 between Peebly and Luther Road in District Number 2. We kind of had another discussion about that this morning. We'd already decided to go to a culvert. Actually, we were thinking about 2 culverts and really looking at the size of the creek and how much water flows down it. We feel like 1 culvert that's 12 foot and 50 feet long will suffice for now. So,
2 points.
yes.
When I was given the item, it was for 2, so we
That's
need to
correct.
adjust it down to 1. The 2 total, because that's how it was given to me, was 14,344. So do you want to adjust it down to a flat 8,000 just for any leeway in that?
Sure, that'd be good.
And also, just to clarify, this project is already on the CBRI commitment list at $60,000. So,
We just said, we're
so it's already on there.
52,000 on the CBRI.
Us.
That'll be available.
So
Now
he's,
I can use the 52,000.
right.
Hey,
I can split that if you don't mind.
hey,
Is that a
District
motion?
2, that was committed District 2.
Okay, so I've adjusted this to 1.
Yes,
But here, you'll need to sign here in the board there.
got you.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Can't they get little booties for those dogs?
That's what I was wondering. The decline.
Item 21, consideration possible action on approving resolutions appointing receiving officers for various accounts.
I have 1 for the DA's office.
What did he gonna catch? Just decline. Read that one.
Hmm.
They can depaw those dogs.
Is that Kevin's?
She's been at Stillwater. They've moved her from Stillwater to here.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 22, consideration possible action on approving resolutions appointing requisition officers for various accounts.
I only have 1, it's for District 1.
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Consideration possible action approving the following permanent road closing permit for Stevens Production. That's for the water line crossing May Avenue, north of County Road 70. Okay.
road going across the intersection now.
Diagonally,
I mean, I'm assuming.
that's what it looks like.
I know that
Says
one
half mile north.
Cynthia and I talked about one, I didn't know it was this one, that had called one to know if they could go diagonal.
Well, I've been advised in my district, that would be a big fat no.
We've never
Yeah.
been a proponent for it. We've had one incident in District 3 that Monty gave us special, but it was because the road didn't line up. There was a
Right.
jig-jag,
Right.
and so Monty allowed that one.
I have one diagonal, one intersection of my roads. I don't know how it
I'd
ever
like
got
to do no
there.
action on this until I figure out for sure where it's
Okay.
crossing.
Right.
Half mile north of
I'm gonna get that
70.
back to you.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, he shows that he's, I'll call him and visit with him.
All right. Item 24, consideration possible action on the consent agenda.
Payroll?
Here we go. Yeah, look, booties with white laces, they could just make them stylish.
Yeah. Certainly put them on my dog when I go bird hunting.
My grandpa used to do that too, that's where I kinda got the idea. But they used to let their little toenails stick through their ribs, so they had little holes in there for that.
Transfer.
Takes them a while to warm up, you know.
After they get a 12 gauge fire, we hit a couple times, they seem to be okay with what's on their feet.
Yeah. Nellie, you running off?
I am.
I'll
See you,
call
kiddo.
Let's do it.
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty.
I'll call you on that project.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is just for me to look at, or is there a place for me to sign on here?
Under Monty there?
Okay. That's mine? Okay.
Got my elm on there.
It's not nearly as confusing now.
Last day
Yeah,
of July.
That
August,
SIF board
where
and
are
SIG
you?
board that
I'm still
this
messing
we
with
have on the
Yes, sir.
insurance thing. That was kind of a topic at our last CED meeting.
Well, you know, Cleveland County's been really good about letting us know, what was it, the SIF, the fund? It was where
Six
the-
if?
Where the, that they pulled out of this year?
Yeah, so with them pulling out, that board took action to take Rod Cleveland off the board, so because they're not a member. But they're still a member of the SIF board. But we've always in the past had one representative to represent us on both boards.
Mhm.
Well, what happens if, now, never mind. It just, when you get to the point where you don't have enough people signed up to have a board, what happens to it now? That didn't make sense.
On 6-2?
But I didn't realize when they have the board meetings down there, they have them at the exact same time, so when they vote on something, they just say aye, aye, nay, nay, I mean, whatever. But, I think we ought to leave Rod Cleveland on the SIF board.
I agree.
Then they can have two board meetings like they should.
So is he eligible, not being,
Sure, he's still a member of the SIF board, just not on the SIG.
okay.
Is the bylaws of SIG say that they have to be insured with SIG?
I remember.
Okay, I agree with that, that's what the bylaw says on the SIG, but the SIF board, he's still a member of the SIF.
But he still has insurance with SIG, is what I'm saying. It,
But they only have one meeting right now, that's what he's saying.
it's a, oh, well.
And they kicked him off both.
Okay.
They're trying to kick him off.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But if I understood it right, he asked some questions down there.
Yeah.
They didn't like the question.
Well, he wanted to hire that lawyer.
Questions easily open cans of worms, apparently, even when they're innocently asked.
Actually, I kinda like the questions he's asking.
Yep. Good questions. But I imagine that's one reason why they're not part of that insurance anymore.
I wasn't thinking, I don't even know what questions he's asking, it was just a general.
Well,
We asked a few questions about 5-year plan money, and we've now found $4 million, so.
I think we're gonna come back with another 1.6 that we gotta allocate.
Yep.
Really? Good. I got a
Well,
place we can spend about half.
it
of it
really wasn't
right now.
so much allocated as that the 6 counties up north had spent more than their fair share.
So who determines the fair share? That's the challenge here. I'm having.
Yeah, well,
This
that's
whole
that
process.
new thing that ODOT's come up with.
Well, it's not really new. Nobody at the districts are managing the funds.
Yeah, with round robin.
Nobody at the ODOT regions are managing any of those funds. And it seems to be a first come, first grab. at
That's what it
CDs.
was.
Well, I
That's
think
what
we're
it was
going to
intended
revise
for.
our 5-year plan, so. Or I might get that on your mind.
No worries there. I'm ready to talk about it. We do it today. So my understanding, the reason that Cleveland County dropped their liability insurance with ACO is because they raised the rates. Not raised the rates, they cut their liability, the limits of liability for the sheriffs. And so what can happen now is if their sheriff gets sued and the award is over the limits of liability, now they gotta take out, they gotta take that out ad valorem, they gotta raise their ad valorem rate in the county, raise
Crazy.
taxes, to pay for it. And that's not good, that makes no sense to me. Why would we wanna put ourselves in that situation? If it affects Cleveland County that way, why wouldn't it affect us?
How
that
much
way?
were they paying into the 650?
Well, I talked to
And why
Rob on
wouldn't
that.
they be able to just
Yeah.
start taking that and putting it away for such a contingency?
Then I called that insurance company that they went with.
Right.
He told me if I could get him a copy of all the properties and all that he would definitely give us a quote on it.
I think we need to pursue that.
Sure.
Blankets.
Blankets.
We need to rest up for another 15 days before we have enough of these.
Here's another check that was loose.
Sooners are coming up. They've got a new fire chief and they are getting a lot of training.
He's still got a new fire chief.
They're trying really hard to pull it together.
Mm-hmm.
They were gone this weekend to training as well.
Mm-hmm.
Election board claims, just for you.
Wow, 1,600 bucks for towels?
Yeah, they were.
That's uniforms, mats, towels. It's a
Oh.
blanket.
I thought it was a correction from blankets
Oh.
to towels. It's- never mind.
Yeah, we had a house fire over there that wasn't in Sooner Turf, but they did respond. Apparently did real well.
This one's Portland Utilities for you.
They're utilities.
This nuts and bolts vendor that I've got,
Mm-hmm.
do you use a nuts and bolts vendor? I'm fixing to fire this one.
We have
Why
used.
in the world would I want to pay a vendor to come in and replace nuts and bolts and charge me $500 for a 3/8 hex nut?
Our bin was getting extremely low and we were having problems finding them. We could have gone and bought all the little individual ones there. So we did a one-time come in, replace all our nuts and bolts in the bins.
So Troy, this is like a monthly thing?
Well, you're not necessarily gonna spend the 500.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, the contract is, I mean, we.
I don't know that we have a contract with them.
Yeah, this is
All right,
PO.
I'll chat with you after we get, thanks.
I got a guy come by my shop, wanting to sell. I asked him to give me a quote to fill my bin.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard from him since.
Mm-hmm.
That's been 2 or 3 months ago. But a lot of times they come by and then they figure out that we're kind of out of the beaten path.
I don't know, your path looks pretty beat up out there sometimes. Sure is. On a couple of paths I've been.
Some of them are beaten well.
Alcoholic beverage tax.
Okay.
You got more dirt road paths than the rest of us, I think.
We got a bunch of them.
At least you got good accessibility to them. Surrounded by asphalt.
I think if you do the math, I think I got more paved road than on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't count Highway 74, quit it.
Including highways, yeah. No question there's more asphalt in your district.
So would y'all like to take some of them? Just ask.
Just get those extra ones.
What's it
to
pay?
ODOT.
Very little once a month. Conference alcohol, and the next one be utilities, and the third one's election board. which don't require a signature in this now.
Say we're ready for a motion.
To let him finish.
That's, oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was down to the beverage.
How many bridges y'all look at, Josh?
We looked at,
In my district.
what does it say there? District 3. It's right on the top of your invoice there. It's 30.
It's just the chairman, it's for you all to look at.
36.
Same with that.
36. We did district.
That would conclude the consent agenda.
I'll move with approve the
Second.
consent agenda items.
Just a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 25, consideration of possible action on approving payment of claims for August of 15. $234,800.
No, there's 3 different runs
Oh.
on that one. We have 2 for this fiscal year, 1 for reserve. They're all delineated out there.
Make a motion to pay these claims. As soon as I signed them.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And just to explain why I did it that way, I was able to get all the FMAG. You remember we got the FEMA money that we were for all the wildfire, for the fire departments. Well, it's taken a while. We had 55 claims that had to be worked up. I got those done, but I ran them in their own batch to pay them rather than add them to our normal batch. So that's why there's a third
2 cents.
batch there.
That's okay. Works.
2 cents over there, Marvin.
You won't see pennies over anyway.
Oh, no, I can't get any closer than that, it seems. Or if I get closer to it than that, it goes a nickel over.
There you go. This one's not raise utility. 50. Use 4.5 by 6.5 trailer. All invoice before PO. $0.62 estimated. Okay. Two more tires than you thought.
Hopefully you won't see any more when it's on the John Vance. That's amazing. We're wrong business.
Got a big reclaimer.
For the rent, what encumbered? for the
Yeah.
rent?
We didn't know they were gonna haul, charge for hauling and permitting both ways, so if we'd known that, we would've gone and picked it up ourselves.
So
We
it's
did-
gonna be over, is what
We
you're
did
saying.
deliver it back ourselves, it's gonna be $800
Plus, those lights on, nobody home.
Man, I wish we had our own reclaimer, but they're very expensive.
Need a motion on that?
You already did it.
Okay.
Marvin
already accepted
seconded.
All in
Did the whole
favor?
bit.
Aye.
Aye.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Any citizens desiring to be heard? Hearing none, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners.
One thing I have, don't forget, we're gonna have a special meeting Thursday for the trust, not the commissioners, but the jail, for the Public Works Trust. So just wanted to remind you about that. If y'all got anything y'all want on that agenda, I think you still have time to get it on there.
We could put that lease on
Okay.
and finish that up.
I'll get it on there.
I've got a couple items, so. Ray Vaughn and I are going to be meeting with Mike Patterson about the design of the entry exits there at Waterloo and I-35. We're not wanting to maintain any traffic signals there, so there needs to be a merging, if you would, of traffic. And also, we've made an agreement on the resurfacing, or making it at least better there on Waterloo, going from Pine to Post, 3 miles. And so District 2 is going to pick up some of that cost on that. So it'll be a joint effort. Don't know when it'll begin, but hopefully fairly soon. That road's just falling apart with all that old traffic on it. So see what happens.
I guess I got one question, on the TIF out here.
Yes, sir.
Could you give us a report on how that's?
Certainly can. There's the latest on that is that Dan McMahon is the TIF lawyer. He is currently composing an agreement with Love's on acceptance of that. He still has not run that by me yet, which ought to be just any time, which we'll be bringing that to everybody, assuming that Love's wants to do what our agreement entails. We'll see how that works out. But right now they're wanting to sell right away to the Valero, which is primarily what we wanted it for. And they're going to have to put a pretty good sized lift station as well as a force main to get up to that big hill. They put it just on their property, and you can't do right away on the old dock going parallel. So whatever transpires is what transpires. We don't know yet. That's the long and short of it. It cost Valero, they're estimating $180,000 to put in that lift station and force main. That, and of course the city of Guthrie, prior to their change of leadership there, was wanting $100,000 for a hookup.
They're not gonna waive that?
They did for Love's, but they didn't for Valero. There's no hookup fee for them. Their reasoning is that Love's needs to be paid back their amount of their $150,000 as quickly as possible. Love's has said that they can wait the whole 5 years, as sales tax, of course, is going to be more than generated on that. So I'm thinking that we really need to hold them to their normal $1,200 hookup fee, as they are on everybody else. But we'll see how it all comes about. It costs them almost $500,000 to run a sewer line under I-35 if this agreement goes south, and they don't want to buy them. But it all depends upon Valero. What do they want to do? Do they want to hook up this or that? That's what I'm waiting for. We'll get the agreement.
Seems like to me it ought to be fair on both sides of the road. I don't care what side of the road you're on.
I second that motion.
I third it. I said that right there at the at the beginning and also when we came together again to discuss the agreement that Love's did make with the city of Guthrie. It says up to $100,000 for hookup fees. And at that time, Guthrie was wanting to pay that whole $100,000. I disagree with that. So everybody's dropped back and punted. We know what we want. That's what the agreement will say. If they sign it, fine. If they don't, well, drop back and punt.
Seems odd that the county and Love's is putting down a sewer line and the city's gonna come out in the winter.
No, the city put in a third.
They put it in third.
And they're gonna make back what? They're the winner in the game.
According to Serena, they don't make any money on sewer and very little on water.
Did she write you that from Houston?
I'm sure they're not gonna annex that and take sales tax, so, right?
It's already annexed.
It's already
It
in.
had to be annexed for them.
They annexed it the day after the TIF passed, where the county was gonna pay to put that sewer line under the road. Once the county decided that they were gonna pay to extend city services under that highway, the city then annexed the property that it connected to, so they could do this. So
Correct.
It's gonna be the big winner.
What the idea was is penetrate that barrier that was put in there by government, regardless of why, and it was to serve the entire TIF district. If it doesn't serve the entire TIF district, well then it's crony capitalism, and I'm not gonna go for that.
You already did.
So, anyway, so much for that. And that's all I have. Consideration and possible action on adjournment? Unless you guys got something else.
No, I could wait. I'll say.
No one made the motion.
I think you just did.
Oh.
All in favor? Adjourn.